What's up guys, Alex Wallace here from Wallace Training Systems, and today I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about a diet break. First, let's define it. What is a diet break? A diet break basically is, as the name suggests, a break from your calorie deficit. Let's talk a little bit about the research first. So there was a research paper that I dug up from 2017 that took two groups of people. The first group just maintained a consistent calorie deficit. The other group did a 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off approach to dieting. So 2 weeks they were in a calorie deficit, and 2 weeks they ate at maintenance. At the end of the study, what they found was that the group of people who had the diet breaks throughout their diet was able to lose more fat mass in the same amount of lean body mass as the group that was in a continuous calorie deficit. That being said, the main drawback was that the 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off approach, the diet break group, took twice as long to get to their goals. That being said, it is still a great option for people who have a long-term outlook of weight loss, namely a 2 week on, a 2 week off approach, but that's not how I used it. And for a lot of people, I just don't think that's feasible. I think it takes a lot of calculation. It takes a long time if you're gonna do it that way. In fact, double the amount of time. But I do think that a diet break can be a very beneficial thing. So how I used a diet break personally was when I needed it. So after about 28 days, on about a month on my cut, I started to notice that my numbers were going down and my work capacity was going down. This was after I lost probably 11 or 12 pounds, and I figured now's the perfect time to try it. So what I did is I just raised my calories up by about 15%. I just tried to get as close as I thought my maintenance calories would be, and I just rode that out. It took about 10 days. I felt my energy returning, and I felt like I could lift harder in the gym. And lifting hard in the gym is a fantastic way to preserve and maybe even build some lean body mass while you're in a calorie deficit. So that's why I used it, and I think it worked really, really well. A couple drawbacks or a couple mistakes I think people will make when they're trying to implement a diet break is, number one, they think they need it more often than they actually do. Again, the research studies suggest that a 2 week on, 2 week off approach was effective. It takes twice as long, but in my experience and how I used it, if you do it as needed, which shouldn't be all the time, but rather after you have empirical data that you're actually getting weaker, that your numbers are actually going down, that's when you can use a diet break. Give yourself the energy and the fuel you need to lift very hard. And that's not gonna be after you lose 2 pounds if you're somebody that has 80 pounds to lose. It might be after you lose 20 pounds or 30 pounds or 40 pounds, depending on how big you are. You can still make great progress, especially when you have a ton of adipose tissue on you. Most people, if you're a man over 20% body fat, you can lose a good bit of body fat, in my opinion, before you'll probably see a drop in performance and you'll probably need a diet break. So that's the first mistake. People will probably take advantage of it if they're not objectively tracking their progress. The second mistake I could see people making, that almost made this myself, is to think of a diet break as eating whatever you want, when in reality what the research suggests, how I used it effectively, is you just bump your calories up a little bit, get it to maintenance, feel your energy return, ride that out for a couple days, and then dip back into a calorie deficit. Think if you did it wrong. Let's say you were in a calorie deficit for 2 weeks, but then you were in a proportional calorie surplus for 2 weeks, well, then you're not gonna get anywhere. And not only are you not gonna get anywhere, this isn't necessarily an intelligent approach to dieting. This is just a binge and purge cycle that is a disordered eating, and again, not an intelligent approach. So in short, a diet break is when you take a break from your calorie deficit to eat at maintenance. There are many different approaches to it. For me, I think most people should probably just use it as needed. Once you have objective evidence that you're getting weaker, your work capacity is going down, and you want to preserve lean body mass, perfect time to take 7 to 10 days to eat at maintenance before you go back into a calorie deficit. I think this will go a long way to preserving lean body mass, especially if you're somebody who wants to look muscular as you're losing body fat, which honestly should be everybody. If you want to remain independent, if you want to have a good looking physique and not just be a smaller shape of your current self, you should want that, then I think the diet break can be very beneficial. Remember, a diet break isn't eat whatever you want, it's eat at maintenance, eat intelligently before you go back into a calorie deficit. I'm gonna link a couple videos. The first video I'm gonna link, I'll put it right up here. Eventually it's gonna pop up. That's gonna be how to use MyFitnessPal to lose weight. You definitely wanna watch that. It is a game changer. You can use that information to help you with the diet break. If you've already seen that, click this video right here. This one's a vlog style video where I go over how I prep my meals during my cut. If you like this video, guys, please like the video. If you're interested in following our content, make sure you subscribe. I'm Alex Wallace from Wallace Training Systems, and thanks for watching.